Today I'm going to be showing my stock yardages to you and where they are currently, but also I'm going to be sharing a few things about my own personal golf swing that maybe might be able to help you with yours. Let's get into this video. That's not right. Hey everybody, and welcome back to GolfTestDummy, the channel where I use my game literally to try and help your game. That's an 8-iron that went 168 yards. That is not indicative of my average. That's a little bit high for me. Thanks for coming back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I'm going to share, like I said, my stock yardages with you today. And I'm also going to tell you a few of the things that I'm doing personally. They don't necessarily have to apply to you if you've been watching the videos that I've been putting out recently since the beginning of the year. I'm talking about the true, what I believe to be the true fundamentals of golf. And what I'm going to share with you today is not necessarily fundamentals. It's just things that I find to help me keep things in check and have a more consistent strike and a more consistent, repeatable, reliable, and predictable number and flight pattern to my golf shots. All right, starting off at the bottom of the bag, my most lofted wedge is a Cleveland CBX 60. The next one up from there is the same Cleveland CBX 54. If you want to know how far my putter goes, it's typically between about a 1/16 of an inch all the way to maybe 127 feet. Nobody ever includes that in their stock yardage videos. I don't understand that. Anyway, my full wedge is more like a 75% effort. I feel that when you swing harder and faster, you can use that certainly for certain situations, but what you're really going to get is more spin, a higher flight. You're not really going to get a lot more distance. You're just going to throw the ball higher in the air when you add more speed. 81 carry, 84 total distance. My whole channel's been about trying to be honest and open with you, so if you see some inconsistencies in my gapping, it's because it exists. I expect this one to go somewhere around maybe 92, 95. Draw is my stock shot. 93.5 carry, 96.5 total distance. This is the Tommy Armour 845 Max 2021 edition. I've got from approach wedge through 5-iron. 113 carry, 116.6, so maybe close to 117 total. I'll share a little something with you here in a minute. Let me get this pitching wedge away. Total distance, 129. Again, bang on for what I expect it to be. All right, before we move on to this 9-iron, if you've been watching the videos so far for me this year, 2024, since the beginning, since January, when I came back from the holiday break, I've changed gears on this channel. I'm sharing what I believe, after all of my studies and trials and experiments, to be the only 4 true fundamentals of golf. Now, instead of beating that drum on this video, I want to share some personal things with you. I want to tell you a little bit about what I do that are not fundamentals, but I find that they help eliminate variables. They may help you. There's no guarantee that it's going to help you because I don't know you. I don't know how you move. Only you will be able to determine that. But no matter who you are, no matter what your ability is, no matter what it is you are doing with the golf club, anytime you can eliminate variables and get repeatable, controllable shot patterns, shot distances, that is a path to better golf, no matter what level you're on. So one thing that I've really kind of put into my personal fundamentals is that when I take the club away, I am really trying to keep this club face kind of on a perpendicular line to the plane. In other words, to put it basically, the way I think of it is, keep the club face looking down at the golf ball. I've got some single plane elements still in there. My hands aren't way down here, but I'm not set up like this either. But I've got some straighter arm shaft relationship going on here. When I take the club away, I'm trying to draw it back and keep the club face looking at the golf ball while I move my weight and then come back into it. So if I can keep the club face looking at the golf ball longer, it's going to really eliminate some of that twisting and timing that's going to be necessary in order to get it squared up to the path and send the ball fairly straight. Guys, real quick, I'm an idiot. I'm impressed by the tiny little things. This particular box right here. There was a surprise in this box. The surprise first, they sent me a hat. It's got a vented 3/4. It's got a spot here in the side where you can tuck in a ball marker. Logo, ball marker, fantastic. But this in the box right here, this is what I've been excited for. When I saw this online, I was like, you know what? Something about that just makes me extremely happy. But this is part of the Hometown golf towel collection. Now this unfolds into a 14 by 40 inch towel, the logo in cursive. This is such a small thing. The golf towel, everybody just looks at it as kind of a throwaway thing. But if you're talking about on-course vibes, something about the colors, they just speak to me. The links are down below. Save yourself some money by using my code down below. Click the link. Golf bags, towels, hats, fantastic company, been a great supporter of this channel. Thank you, Sunday Golf. All right, 9-iron, I expect probably about 145 out of this club. Actually, it's a touch short. 135 carry, 139 distance. Man, I thought I had a little bit more than that. But if you look at gapping, and my pitch and wedge goes, you know, say 128, then 138, 139 with the 9-iron, it's a 10-yard gap. It's pretty close to what you want. That almost faded. I don't fade the ball. 150 carry, 155 total distance. Now that is exactly the yardage I expect, but that shot shape, that's 1 out of maybe 150 shots. All right, so 8-iron was a total of 155, carry of 150. 7-iron is typically around my 170-yard club. So I'm gonna say the carry on this is probably gonna be 165. I feel like the strike was okay. I did start it a little bit left and then it turned left. Carry 168, total distance 175. So we got a pretty good result there. But I feel like if I'm pulling a 7-iron, it's because I've got between 165 and 170. 176 carry, 183 total distance. I don't hit the 5-iron that often. Honestly, don't know what to expect here. So let's find out what we get. A little off balance. Blocked it out to the right. It's kind of why I'm saying I might just take the 5 out of the bag. Carry of 184, total distance of 193. Now after the 5-iron, I go into a matched set of hybrids. The Ping G410 hybrids that I bought used. I've got the 5 hybrid and I've got a 4 hybrid. I did play around with the settings on this. This one's actually, I think it's 1 degree weaker. And I think the 4 might be standard. I don't know. And I'm not gonna try and break down what I think carry and roll are gonna be on these, but I expect 200 yards out of this club. Good high ball flight. You don't have to have the greatest day of ball striking for these clubs to perform somewhat decent. I've got carry there of 190, total distance 198. That's right there what I expect to get out of it. Yep, drawn back to the middle. I'm not sure that that was the best strike ever, but look at the forgiveness. It's gonna carry 200, and it's gonna get out past 200, just like it's supposed to, and that was not a great strike. 198 carry, 209 total distance. Not the best strike in the world. Now, for the 3 hybrid, I moved to the Tommy Armour 845 Max. This one, I had the old Tommy Armour 845 3 hybrid feel. Like this one is just a better club all around. It's got a little bit more weight in the sole. You can kind of feel it. But this club, honestly, between this and the 4 hybrid, there's not a ton of difference. I have been able to get this out to 225 and 230, but really that's not what I expect out of it with a stock shot. I'm looking to get 215. 215 out of this club. Again, not the best strike. Not the best strike. Might do a little bit better than the last one, but that's kind of performing like the 4 hybrid for me. And then we come to the last club in my bag, the Taylormade 300 mini driver. This is the 11.5 degree version. I tried to move it up, to move it down, change the loft. 11.5 just works well. Now, I've started hitting this club better than I hit my driver, my old driver. Really? I expected 225, maybe 230 with this club. It's nothing for me to get 250 plus out of it. However, if I were to give you my average, you're hitting over water and you have a forced carry. What am I expecting out of this club? I'm expecting 235 to 240 carry. Total distance, 245. Let's shoot that number out there. And I'm gonna hit a couple with this one, just so you can kind of see a few. Draw, coming back in. It's probably a little bit more draw than I would normally play, but that one's going to go out past 250 total. Let's see what we end up with. 234 carry, 252 total. It's going to follow the ball. You could put a blanket on those two, even though that second one was maybe 1 or 2 shorter. Carry 235, total distance 249. Blocked it a little. This is carrying out to almost 250. Hit the rough, so there's no roll. Carry of 244, total distance 249. The mini driver has changed driving for me. I can't even begin to explain how much I love this club. All right, let's wrap it up here. I gave you one of the things that I work on. Try and keep the club, the face, looking at the ball as long as possible. That helps me out. It eliminates some variables, some timing issues. You might be having a bad day or a good day, timing it out. Anyway, here's one more. I'm willing to sacrifice distance in order to gain some sort of predictability. I'm trying to eliminate this sort of mammoth effort at the ball. You've all heard that. It's not just about your muscles stiffening up. That's part of it. Your muscles start to get stiffer as you're going up and you're like trying to jam at the ball. But there's another thing. Being in sync and allowing your body's natural movements and rhythms and its ability to catch up and get everything synced up is far more important to your consistency and to your distance than you giving it a whole 2 mile an hour or more club head speed through putting in maximum effort. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep swinging through the ball, not at the ball. I feel like I'm trying not to really go after it and hit it hard. And I'm trying to keep the face looking at the ball, what feels to me the entire time. Guys, this has been my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit thumbs up if you did. See you next week.